and Ruby introduce themselves to you.
Hi, I'm Mandy McWhorter. I'm the Senior Account Processor for University Student Housing. My job is to process and reconcile all of the P cards for our department, which there are actually over 50 P cards in our department that I'm responsible for. I'm also responsible for entering all purchase orders and paying all invoices. Basically, if it has to do with us spending money, it goes through my area. And Miss Ruby is our senior accountant. She's been here about 3.5 months. Introduce yourself.
Okay, I'm Ruby, and I am the senior accountant. I supervise Mandy and accounts payable and accounts receivable. I reconcile accounts. I look at the utilities that you guys use for all your hauls. I reconcile that, and I've got other things going on too.
All right, how many of you have been through this presentation before? How many are asking, why Annette, why do I have to be here again? You can keep your hands raised, that's okay. So, we have to give this presentation every semester to make sure you understand what you have to do with the P cards, because in the past, your RLCs or your grads are actually the people who we used to go out and buy things. But we said, well, no, you all are responsible adults, so you all should be able to take a little credit card and go buy shopping, go buy supplies for programming. It feels like a Monday, but it's Thursday. So this is why, per the university, we have to give this training to you at least once a semester, so you understand how this process works and what you need to do to make sure that you're not going to mess up the cards. Because if we end up messing up the cards, then we end up losing all of them, and we don't want that to happen. So we kind of changed the presentation a little bit this year. Right, so we're going to talk a little bit about the rules of what you can and cannot purchase and why. All right, so we're going to do a little game. I'm going to show you a product, and you're going to scream out whether or not I can go to the store and buy the product.
Anybody who has the handout doesn't get to cheat.
No cheating. So turn them over. There you go. Well, I don't have a lot. All right, so just scream out, just say yes or no, okay? Yes, I can purchase, or no, I cannot purchase, all right? Can I buy this item? Good job. I'll throw you a soft one there. Can I buy that? No. Oh, I heard yes. Who says, yes, I can buy this? And then you can go buy this. Have you say, I got 2 people that say, yes, I can. Who says, no, Annette, you can't buy that, you're going to be in trouble if you do. You all are correct. Why can't I buy this item? It's not a what? It's not part of the Coke contract. Who can tell me why?
Because Coke is not unlimited.
Who can raise their hand and tell me why I cannot buy this product? You go in the back. It's what? It's not Gold Peak, but who makes Gold Peak?
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola, right? So if Coca-Cola doesn't manufacture it, we can't buy it. How about this guy? No. Oh, I heard a yes. I heard a yes over here. I heard it over there. All right, who thinks, yes, I can go out and buy myself a gift card for my program? Who says, absolutely not, and that you cannot buy a gift card? You all are correct. Oh, I see a lot of people like, no, I don't know. Participate. I used to teach about 100 kids in a class. I'm not afraid to call on people. So please participate. All right, no, I cannot buy a gift card. Why can I not buy a gift card? Yep, I can take it and go on a shopping spree in Walmart if I wanted to. But why else can't I use this?
It's a cash-like transaction. It's a cash-like transaction.
Yes. Right? And we have to be able to monitor what we're buying and what we're not buying. So if you give this to a student, what can they buy with a Walmart gift card at Walmart? Alcohol, right? They can also probably buy stickers, like things that the state and the university want us to keep track of. So that's why you can't buy it. So no gift cards. No. Walmart, Chipotle, wherever else you all go, Dunkin' Donuts, Starbucks, absolutely not. How about this? No. Good job. Why can't I buy, wait, no, this is a trick question, folks.
You can.
So can I buy a picture frame?
Yeah.
Right.
Because Staples orders. We have a contract with Staples, and we get all of our office equipment and stuff from them.
Sorta. Sorta. So yes, we can buy this product, but we also can't buy this product. So why can't I buy this? Or at what point can I buy a picture frame?
I got
At
it.
Walmart?
Over here.
Can we buy it from Staples?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You got from Walmart.
Cool.
I saw a hand somewhere.
Tax exemption, nope.
We got one over there.
Oh. Good job. If
Very
it's
good.
related to a program, you can buy picture frames. So if you're doing something that someone can decorate, you can. Do you know when you cannot buy the picture frame?
Personal use.
Personal use, right? So if I know that some of my staff is leaving, like if Justin's leaving, I can't just buy him a picture frame to be like, thanks for your service, Justin. Like I can't do that. Okay? So you can only buy picture frames if you need it for a program. How about NOS energy drink? How many of y'all want a NOS right now? Too bad I'm working for you. But who can we buy NOS? How many say yes? How many say no? How many think I have no idea? Okay. So you can buy NOS product because it is manufactured by who? Coke. Where can you find this product on campus? At any of the Sam's places, right, where you can buy sodas and that and drinks. Right, so if you can find it on campus, we can have it. Yep. How about this? Ooh, that's fun. How many say no and that you can't have any, Mr. Pibb? I see a couple hands. How many say yes, you can? Why can't I go buy this? Because it's manufactured by Coke. This is Coke's idea of a cherry cola. A little bit like this is for Dr. Pepper. Can you buy Dr. Pepper? Yes. You can. Dr. Pepper is an exception for tech because Dr. Pepper was created in the state of Texas and it's not created by Coke or Pepsi, so it can be in any vending machine, right? So if you see a Pepsi vending machine, sometimes you'll see Dr. Pepper there. So it's why we can get Dr. Pepper. So you can buy Dr. Pepper if that's what your students want. How about paper? Yes, but where am I getting my paper from? Staples. Do not get it at Walmart. Do not get it at Office Max. Is there currently a Staples in Lubbock? No. No, which means you have to plan ahead. RLCs and grads, when are your Staples orders due?
First Wednesday of the month.
The first full Wednesday of the month. So the first Wednesday of the month, which means if your program is the second week of the month, when should we be putting in a Staples order, letting them know you want paper? The month before, because there's nowhere for us to go shopping. So just think about that if you need to get Staples products. Pencils, scissors, paper.
The full list of everything that you have to buy at Staples is on the handout on that very first page, these two columns right here. If it's on those two columns, it has to come from Staples.
All right, how about this? Tea bags. How many say no, Annette, you cannot buy that? Raise your hands high. How many say, yes, I can buy it? Okay, who thinks I cannot buy this? Who thinks I can? I actually can buy this. How many are confused right now? That's okay. We'll tell you why. Why can I buy loose leaf tea?
What is Lipton?
Because Coke does not make a loose leaf tea product. So if Coke does not manufacture a drink or whatever, right, usually we can buy that. The best way to know whether or not you can buy a product is to look at the sheet that Mandy passed out with all the Coke products on it, or you can go to the Coke website and they'll tell you everything that they make. Right? So since Coke does not make loose leaf tea, if you wanted to do, I know West Village, I think last year and the year before, did like a tea bag program. You can actually go and buy loose leaf tea that's tea or seasonal blends or whatever, towel, whatever stuff is out there for tea. So you can go and buy those things. That's okay. You just cannot buy Lipton liquid tea. Okay? Anyone have any questions on that? No.
Does Does anybody know, can you buy Kool-Aid Jammers or Capri Sun?
Yeah,
Okay. Can you tell me why?
because Coke doesn't have it their own.
Perfect.
How about this?
Yeah.
Yes, right, because it's Gold Peak. Coke makes Gold Peak, so you can get it. All right, are there any questions on items we can and cannot buy?
No.
All right, it's very important. Can I see one of your sheets that she passed out? These documents that Mandy and Ruby passed out are extremely important. Please read them. Please follow them. If you don't, so say you go off and you buy some Mug root beer. Mug is not part of Coke. If you go out and buy it and then drink it all, who's responsible for paying the university? You are, not us. So make sure you're following the guidelines on these papers. Oh, you don't have the one with the Coke stuff on it? Oh, right now. We ran out. We'll make sure that you're stuck.
I'll make sure you guys get some.
Where's a ton?
I was like, there's no way I ran out of one of them.
On the other paper, this kind of talks about our contracts, right? So our Coke contract, our Staples contract, plus all of our other type of contracts. It's important. Mandy has highlighted all the important things. Please read it. It's important. We don't want to waste your time. I know you all are adults and can read on your own. So please make sure that you're doing that before you start purchasing stuff here for the program. All right. So let's get the show on the road. Does anyone know what a P card is? I always like to ask that. What is a P card?
Credit card.
It's like a credit card, right? And that's kind of what it looks like. It allows you to purchase stuff for our programs. So for my RHA folks, you also have a P card that's just for you, so you get to go out and buy stuff too. It is regulated by Procurement Card Services located in Drain. They will be moving, or
No, they won't move till the new fiscal year.
they will be moving over to the USA building across the street, across 19th and University on that corner. That'll be their new place. All right, so there is a process. When you go back in hall at some point this next week, your RLC and GHC or Allison will talk to you about kind of how you're going to use the card in each of the buildings. The part of this presentation is just to give you the process of how you're going to get the P card and what you're going to do with it after. Okay? It's important as you all to stay awake right now. I know it's 4:30 and you all want to get out of here and go eat dinner and do something fun other than sitting in training. This is very important because it deals with state money. So please pay attention. All right. So once you all went through Erica's session, right? Right?
Yes.
She showed you the programming sheet, what you all have to do to say like, hey, I want to do this program.
Yes.
Right? So I send my program to Martel because he's my supervisor. Martel says, all right, Annette, your program is approved. You can get these items. Once it is approved, you'll receive an email or some form of confirmation from your supervisor stating that you now have approval to go to the store and buy the items that you requested. Okay? So once you have that, you can go get the P card. Don't submit your program proposal and just think you can start going shopping. You have to wait for approval because depending on how much you're asking for, it'll either go to the RLC or it'll go to one of the ADs, either myself or Lee Crowder. So make sure you're giving enough time to check out and get your program approved. So once approved, you'll be able to check out the P card. You'll schedule a time. Each complex does this a little differently. So your RLCs and grads will kind of walk you through what and how you'll get that P card. Don't call them at 11:30 at night saying you need the P card if you want to go shopping. They may not answer the phone. So please go back to them and they'll tell you the process. When you arrive to pick up the P card, right, so there's this form that stays at the desk and it's only for the desk. What you're going to do is you're going to write out the date, your name, your R number, and the last 4 digits of the card. Why do you think we want the last 4 digits of the credit card?
So you know which card it's giving you.
Because there are 2 cards per complex. So that way we always know who has the card and we know who has which card. Okay? Then there's going to be a witness, right? It could be any other staff member, right? So if Mandy is an SA, Mandy can then sign out as that witness saying, yes, I took it off. Either the RLC, GHC, or SBA, or someone who is designated with RHA will then say, okay, this is who has the card. and then they'll fill all that out, and then they'll give you some more documentation, right? So they're going to give you the P card, they're going to give you the departmental card checkout form, which you will take with you for everything you need to buy. Whether you're going to Walmart, Walgreens, and then Target, or if you're going to Sam's, and then Walmart, and then somewhere else, I don't know, Chipotle, right? You're going to put everything on this departmental checkout form. And every time you go shopping, even if you go shopping 7 times in 1 week, you're going to fill out 7 of these departmental card agreement forms. Okay, that's from the university. These 2 documents are from Drain. So the state of Texas and the university state that anytime you use a P card, these documents have to be filled out and have to be turned in. The second form just states that you understand there are consequences should you misuse your P card. Okay, so that's why it has to be filled out every single time. Right, then you're going to go shopping. Only buy what you have been approved to buy. Okay, so if you're like, I want to go buy a package of Coke at Walmart, but I know that United has them on sale for cheaper, I'm going to save some money, so I'm going to go to United. Don't do that. Only go where your supervisor has approved you to go. Don't go rogue. Don't try to save us money. If you want to do that, call them, talk to them, email them, and say, hey, I found a cheaper price. Can I get it from this store? Do not buy anything that you're not approved to buy. So if you're approved to buy burritos, don't go try to buy chicken fingers from Cane's. Okay? If you need to change something, talk to your supervisor. A lot of you are sleeping. Wake up! Thank you. Only go to stores that you're approved to go to and follow all guidelines that you're giving during this training. When you go back to in-hall, they will talk to you about consequences and what will happen if you misuse the card. So make sure that you are following what you need to, so that way you don't potentially lose your job or your position. When you come back to the hall, the P card must be returned immediately. Don't put it in your pocket. Don't try to go put all your stuff away and then come back. If this card goes missing, you could lose your job, or you can lose your position if you're an RHA. So do not go back to your room. Just don't give the card to any person that's sitting there. Follow this process, right? Because we're going to do the time returned, and then either RLC, GHC, or SBA are going to say that you returned it. If the card goes missing and you were the last one that had it, you could end up losing your position. So make sure that you're returning the card. Right? So when you come back, you're going to have a receipt from the stuff that you've purchased. You're going to attach the receipt to a receipt form. Right? Every hall does a little different. Right? I know there's one hall that already has stuff printed off that you could just write into. Someone has it where they'll actually type it up for you. Every hall is different. Right? You're going to tape your receipt to the paper. Don't staple it. Don't use dots to stick it on there. Don't try to lick it and stick it on there. Right? Don't use painter's tape. Don't use packaging tape. Just use regular Scotch tape. And don't put it over any of the ink that is on the receipt. It'll eat the ink. And then when we have to give it to Mandy, she won't be able to read it, which is going to make more work on you in the future. So when you get it, you're going to attach the receipt. And you're going to fill out the place, the date, and the amount. And then you're going to turn it in with the receipt form, the signed departmental agreement form, and the card checkout form. Okay, you might be asking, well, Annette, where do I put these? Your supervisor will tell you where they need to go in your hall, because every hall is different. So they'll tell you where you need to put all of those items. Once your supervisor has collected all the items and they have physically filled out everything else within the receipt form, they will then come look for you for your signature. If your boss is wondering where you're at for your signature, please don't blow them off, because they have to have all of their budget paperwork turned in by a very particular time and day within the week. And if they don't have that, it holds up the process for Mandy and her side of the house. If they can't get that processed, they then start hounding your supervisors. And if they can't get that done, they then tell the ADs, right? And we don't like to be told when our RLCs don't have stuff turned in because you haven't been signing things. So please work with them to get that signature on that page once all this stuff is completed. During your in-hall, at some point, you're going to go over how to be held accountable for the card and paperwork. how you'll get the card from the SBA, RLC, and GHC, and where you need to turn in your paperwork when you're finished shopping. Okay, are there any questions? Okay, so now we're gonna play a little game. So I'm gonna ask a question, and you guys can just scream out what you think the answer is, all right?
Okay.
Okay. You have to wait till I'm finished reading the question, though. There is no prize. I'm sorry.
That's false advertising.
All right. When can you get the Complex P card?
Been approved, after your program's been approved.
Yep, after your program has been approved. Right? So you receive an email somehow from your RLC GC letting you know the program is approved. You go get your supplies. What documents will you take with you when you get a P card?
Departmental agreement form,
Rental agreement form.
and then what you're buying, right? Key card checkout form too, I think.
Yep. So you're going to take the departmental checkout form and the departmental card agreement form. How will you attach the receipt to the receipt form? Tape. How will you not attach it? Staples or what else?
Anything
Anything else? Very good. Also, something else we forgot to mention. Some of you will take your receipts. I know I do this. You just shove them in a pocket, or you shove them in your purse or in your wallet. They get all crumpled, right? Don't do that. We need them to be as flat as possible because they are scanned.
Also, please don't leave them in your hot cars because the ink will either completely disappear altogether or the receipt will turn completely black. So make sure you don't leave it in a direct heat source either.
All right. What will you turn into your supervisor after you go shopping?
Key card.
The P card.
Paper with your receipt on it.
Paper with the receipt form.
The document checkup form, or department checkup form, department card agreement form.
Correct.
Good job.
Good job. So departmental
I read that.
form, departmental checkout form, and the departmental card. There's a lot of things, but your supervisors have done this for a while, and they each have their own systems. That way you'll have everything that you need for your shopping. Last question. You need to buy some neon paper for an 80s program. Where do you buy this totally awesome
Staples
paper?
or
Staples. Don't buy it anywhere else, please. Because you will be responsible. If you end up buying something that you're not approved to buy, and then you use it, you're responsible for replacing that, which means giving money to Mandy. If you buy things with tax, and there's tax on there, and we find there's tax on there, you'll have to give Mandy that money for tax. So just make sure that everything that you're buying is tax exempt, which means there's no tax on it, and that you're buying the appropriate materials, because if you don't, you'll be responsible for giving us the money.
Can we not go get it refunded?
Yes.
You can if you haven't used it. So if I drink half a bottle of Mountain Dew and I try to give it back, they're not going to want that.
But if you have like tax charge or something like that, your first option is to always go get it returned. But sometimes some of the stores have certain cutoff dates where they can't go back any further to return it, and that's when you become responsible for repaying the university for the money you spent.
Can you guys make a list of for like for places around here like Chipotle and like Cane's and all that, like where we can like Insomnia Cookies last year they were like you have to do something and send it to like corporate or whatever for them so like you guys can like
I think that's one of the only places that we've had issues with.
Yeah, because the university is such a big part of this town, a lot of stores and restaurants are pretty well versed in working with us as tax exempt. With Insomnia Cookies being a little bit newer, I think is why we had an issue with them. But for the most part, you shouldn't run into too many issues. One of the things I do highly recommend when you go shopping is to also take one of those tax exempt letters that we have, just in case, because there are some smaller vendors that will ask you for that. So just have a copy of that on hand when you go shopping. That's usually all they'll require.
Are there any other questions? All right, well, that's all that Amanda and I have for you today. You will go back again and talk to your RLCs about this in hall. So before everyone goes, a lot of you had the droopy eyes and droopy heads. Some of you were actually sleeping during this presentation. I'm going to ask as we move forward tomorrow, Saturday, Monday, and on until we open, please be awake and pay attention to what's happening up front. I will tell you some of our people who are giving presentations, presenters, will actually call you out for it. So please get the rest that you need. If you need a doodle, get one of those fidget spinners, do whatever. If you need to stand up, stand up. But please don't sleep during presentations. It's really rude and impolite for the speakers that are up here. And people will call you out in the future. So please don't do that. Thank you. Also, if you need to make sure to take all of your trash. The trash can right there. So there won't be any trash there.
No problem.
Hey, stay over now. We're gonna